fans, and welcome to Wrestling
Yo,
Gab.
yo,
It
yo.
is Friday. That means it's time for Friday Night SmackDown.
Yo, yo!
Look, it's Paul Heyman coming out.
Yeah, he's coming out before.
John
This was a
Cena's
while
already out,
ago.
but- this is a replay?
Yeah, this was last week.
Oh.
This is
doesn't
showing
say
us
replay.
what happened before, and that's so much more amazing than what could happen in the future. We always want to live in the past. That is WWE's thing. Living in the past. Living in the past.
Living on a prayer.
No, not on prayers. Living in the past. I think that should be John Cena's theme song from now on.
From now on, I think that should be it.
It's perfect for him. It relates directly to him. Alright, we better open up the chat over here because I don't know who's out there, who's hanging out with us tonight. Who we got? We got Sophie with us. We got Aaron. We got Walter. Hello. Shout out to all of you. We have Ravi and Javier. Hello. Hello. Ravi's like, Sasha and Bailey, the best things on SmackDown. Trust me. Oh, but Bailey is injured. Yes, Sophie. She'll miss 9 months at least.
Maybe 8 months now.
My mic sounds a bit distorted. Fantastic.
Is that what they said?
That's what Robbie's saying. Are you sure it's my mic or is it just my voice? It's distorted.
She's pretty distorted.
Luke says my mic is fine on his end. Sweet. So basically what Robbie needs to do is clean out his ears because he got probs. Hey, he comes in here to be abused. He knows it. It's how I love people. If I do not abuse you, then I don't like you. As Walter says, trivia tonight. Yeah, Walter, you get to do trivia. You gotta come up with the trivia questions. Do it. Anyways, Luke, how is your America tour? How's the American tour going? We have Sean Gordon in the chat. Hi, Sean. As Aaron says, Travis, your team got Chris Bryant today, first place Giants.
I've seen that.
Robbie says, D, it does a little sweet. Awesome possum. So not only did they show what he did last time, but they're like, all right, now you can talk some more so we can show you again next time for what you did in the past in the future. What?
He's representing for the Green Bay Packers, Wisconsin.
Sophie's like, on SmackDown we got Cena versus Reigns, and on Raw we got Lashley versus Goldberg for SummerSlam.
Yeah, although...
Don't worry, at some
like
point...
Finn Balor is going to be signing a contract to face Roman Reigns at SummerSlam.
Yes, and
tonight.
at some point, John Cena is going to be old. So, he needs an old person name, too. Anyways, we got Luna out there and God bless you. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Luke is saying, hello, I just slept all day and it was glorious. Glorious! Da-da-da-da-da-da, glorious! Oh, you were playing a Robert Roode. Did I dream that Robert Roode is like with somebody else or something, or has a new thing?
Must have dreamt that.
Did I dream that he's not with Dolph Ziggler anymore?
He's still with Zolf.
I must have had a dream. I had a dream. That Robert Roode, I guess, was not with Dolph Ziggler anymore. It was terrible.
Sasquatch Steve Houston.
Aaron wants steak. Sweet. Why don't you go to the store or go out to a farm, kill a cow, butcher it, cut off the steak, and then you have it. Robbie's like, what is Cena chatting about? More-ish. So I guess The Rock is never going to be on a Fast and Furious movie ever again. Because him and Vin Diesel hate each other so badly that they couldn't get along because Vin Diesel was a dick and everything because he was in character like the whole time. And The Rock would laugh and just couldn't help himself. We have Desmond in the chat. Hey, Desmond says Reigns versus Balor contract signing tonight and Rey Mysterio versus Jimmy Uso. This episode says, what are your thoughts about Vince's comments about AEW? I don't know. I didn't read them. Didn't know he made any comments. Did you?
No, I just read something about that he's not worried about them. They're not in his He's not concerned about AEW.
Why would he be? He's like, it's not gonna be my concern. I'm gonna fucking sell this shit and be done with it, and it really won't be my concern. He ain't gonna care. He don't care. Let's see, Walter says, hey guys, I'm back on wearing a mask next month. Ooh, sweet. That sounds like a glorious thing to have to do.
Every 2 years, Roman has to change who he is because you people don't care about him.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, John will go right after their personal
Sophie's
character.
like, the difference between Cena and Oldberg, Cena is respected and cares about the business, while Oldberg only cares about money. I don't really agree with that statement at all. I'm pretty sure that Cena really does care about money, considering that he went in to make movies at Hollywood, where he makes probably 20 times as much as he ever did in wrestling. Just saying. That's usually caring about money. Oh.
You're afraid to fight me because of the way I'll make you look. Is that King Corbin? Or the former king?
Corbin. What are you doing out here? Desmond says, hello, Travis and Talitha. Happy Friday. Thank you. Happy Friday back at you. Rose says, Dee thought you were going to wear your Cena hat tonight. I don't wear hats. Sorry. Sophie says, Vince says AEW isn't competition.
You're right.
Yeah.
Well, not on Mondays or Fridays.
Lieutenant Martha says, ooh, Cena is talking the smack out of Roman. My friend. And the Fiend is in the chat. LOL Cena. Which Fiend is this? We have so many of you.
Dun, dun, dun.
Walter's like, Domino's Pizza Cutter AEW.
Yeah, Baron or AEW and Domino's are now separated.
Does he smell bad too? I mean, wouldn't they have like showers in the back that he could utilize? Aw, poor Corbin. Is he going to cry? Luke, where'd you go?
Why does he
Did
keep
you go back to
wearing white
sleep?
shirts?
I think it's the same shirt, sweetie.
Well, it's super clean if it is.
Oh, it's not. It has a stain on one side
On the
still.
mustard stain on the... Yeah.
Oh, that's the pizza stain.
It's nobody's fault but your own, buddy.
Aw. Rob is like, when's Sasha on? I don't know.
I would assume tonight.
Later,
at some point.
maybe.
Doesn't mean she's necessarily going to be there, but I think she is.
Sophie says, did you see AEW's ratings this past week for the third week in a row? AEW was the top program. Nope, I didn't look at any of their ratings.
I didn't see.
I'm pretty sure that dude in the audience is John Cena.
All right.
Holy crap! I think there's a doppelganger. John Cena's doppelganger is in the audience in the front row.
Oh, right.
His doppelganger is out there. Mitzi is laughing and P. Cola says, correction, it's canned spaghetti. Oh, my bad. It's canned spaghetti sauce. It's not just spaghetti sauce, it's canned spaghetti sauce. Sophie says Cena is killing him like The Rock used to do with certain superstars. Walter's like, Corbin is having bad luck this month.
All right.
Oh, it's only if you could help me. You could help me.
Da, 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 da. Yeah. Give him $5.
They're all like, yes! Thumbs up, nose, yeses.
The Daniel Bryant yes chance.
They've got yeses, thumbs up. We've got none of this. Pickle's like they may be twins. That's probably what it is, huh? It's his long lost brother from another mother. Robbie says, what's the point of Cena coming back? To make your life better.
There he did. Give him some cash. That's what he's got. Just
so he's not very thankful for getting anything?
There's nothing to live for.
He forgot what he was saying. He's like, I just can't with words. He's so broke, he can't even pay for words anymore. That's sad. Walter's like, John Cena does okay movies. I want to know what that big lady behind Corbin's sign says. It says something about Cena, please something sign.
Oh.
Huh? Please, my signature. I really want to know what her sign says at this point. Oh, attitude adjustment.
The FU, the AA, whatever you want to call it. John Cena's cows are super white. Like Baron Corbin's shirt white.
Yeah, they were, huh? He walks like I do when I'm mad sometimes. Lean forward. Medicator says wrestling gown. Can you help me?
Probably.
No, we're poor. I'm poor. Help me. Can you help me feel sorry for Mr. Corbin or find interest in watching Cena movie? Well, the Suicide Squad movie is probably pretty good because it's not all about Cena, so I probably will watch it. Sophie says this Corbin storyline is finally getting interesting with Cena being involved. And Robbie says, LO, Cena defo did that and went to Hollywood and got money. Robbie's like, F5. Alita's like, hi guys. Hello, Alita. And Pepper Owens is like, there you go. Flash is in the chat saying, yeah, teach him a lesson, Cena. Sophie says, do you see Cena being involved with their return to Saudi Arabia like he was the first two Saudi events? Maybe, but no.
It's hard to say.
Piccolo says, why Cena? He needed your help, and you just beat him when he's down in the dumps. Isn't that what bullies do? So really, Cena's a bully? I thought he was supposed to be the good guy. So he's just a bully like all the other ones.
No, he's more like Razor Ramon. He's the bad guy.
Alita says that was the best promo. What, who?
You're not wearing a wrestling shirt.
No, I'm not wearing a wrestling shirt.
Just noticed.
That's your problem. Medicare is like, who cares, Sophie? Cena is recycled trash. Walter's like, Rey Mysterio will win. I hope Rey Mysterio gets his face torn off.
Ooh, so.
Piccolo says, hey, Alita, how are you? Sophie says Cena is one of my fave superstars behind The Rock and Austin. Well, you better get with the times and find some new ones because they're getting old as fuck. Robbie's like SmackDown needs to liven up. Yeah. Like they're getting to be has-beens. Like old has-beens. Like old people.
Okay, be nice.
Old has-beens. It's everybody's most exciting part of the night. Rey Mysterio getting his ass handed to him by a cheating Uso. You know that's what's going to happen. All right. Here's a trivia question for you. Who answered and won an open challenge for Umaga's WWE Intercontinental Championship in 2007?
I didn't know Umaga was still wrestling in 2007. That's pretty cool.
I guess. Sophie says, I don't feel bad for Corbin since he was a bully to everybody when he was king for 2 years. So now you're saying that it's okay that other people should bully him? That's not how it works. That's wrong.
You're either a good person or you're not. You don't act different because somebody else acts different. I had this conversation earlier today.
Ooh. Are we going to talk about this conversation?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Not here, I mean later. And here says, that's funny. Even The Rock and Austin don't respect Cena as much as they fake it to the media. LOL. Walter says there will be good big matches tonight. I was like, so. Do you enjoy watching WWE has-beens? Do I? Do you really know my feelings deep down? I don't think you do. Lolita says, hi, Cola. Is it raining where you are? We have Jamel McGee in the chat. Hey, Jamel says, it's Mr. Missionary John Cena.
Yeah.
There you go. As Sophie says, AEW has more has-beens legends on their roster than the WWE currently has. Nobody said they didn't.
That's a fact.
Did we say they didn't? I don't remember saying that. Walter's like, Pico's like, Duluth, you don't have enough flair. You can't just wear the bare minimum. Oh, really? Do you want me to quit and flip you guys off and leave like Jennifer Aniston in Office Space? If you wanted me to wear more than 5 things of flair, Todd, then you should put it in the thing to wear more than 5 things. 15 pieces of flair.
I thought it was like buttons or something.
It's flare. They call it flare, but it's buttons, yeah. They're buttons, but they call it flare. If you wanted me to wear 15 pieces of flare, Todd, then you should have put on the thing that I had to wear 15 pieces of flare.
That girl fell. She hit the first hurdle and fell on her face.
Oh.
Lane 2 is down.
She's down, people. We have a problem. Check. We have a problem. We
Lane
have a problem on
down.
lane 2. We have a problem on lane 2. Where's the fire truck? Where's the fire truck?
This Jamaican
we need the
girl,
EMTs.
Jamaica right here is way behind everybody.
Maybe she got broken. She looks like she's having a hard time.
Like a hip flexor.
Yeah. Look, she's running all weird.
I think this is just a 400. Everybody's exhausted. Look at them all falling back.
Wow, that sucked.
Wait till hopefully they show the replay. Lane 2 just like
face planted. God poop. Dang. The answer to that trivia question was Santino Marella. If you guess Santino Marella, you guess it right. Good job.
I think that's her. But I could be wrong.
She's like, I feel really bad about myself.
Can I be in the next heat? No. Or is it right here? Yeah, it's right here. Watch this.
Oh, God, she tripped. Oh, shit. What was she looking at?
I have no
idea.
idea.
She freaking looked and then tripped. She's like, I'm going to cry.
She's just like, the turf monster just tripped her. She's like,
Are you crying? Are you crying? There's no crying in the Olympics.
unless you win gold. And they're playing your national anthem, then you can cry.
Then you can cry. Then it's all right.
Is this Jay? Oh, no, it's Jimmy.
The fiends like to lead with ASMR. Mike, yeah. As Sophie says, also like Roman. Some people say my mic sounds fine, and other people say it doesn't, so I don't know what to tell you guys. Maybe it's picking up my heartbeat. Sophie says, I also don't like Roman, Orton, Kofi, Ray, Trish Stratus, and Sasha Banks. Ooh. Robbie's message. We're talking to Roberto's in the chat. Hey, Roberto says, I know The Undertaker is old as fuck, but I'm still a fan.
I'm a fan of a lot of the old
Okay,
guys.
there's being a fan of them and then being that weird fan who wants them to come back so that they can get hurt. Because they're old. Right? I mean, I get it. Like, you're like, oh my God, it's my hero. And you cry and you tear up and you're like, ah! You know, and stuff. But there comes a point in life where you have to realize that they're old and they could get hurt majorly bad in certain situations.
Big bulldog off the top rope.
Piccolo says, I'm going on a limb to say Mr. Kennedy. No. Vindicator's like, true, Sophie, that company should be renamed All Elite Swindlers. Jamal McGee says John Cena is the Missionator. Ravi says, do you say a lot of things you don't remember? Do I, Ravi?
Oh, shit.
Do I? Pico says, Alita Kelly, yeah, thank God. It's been like 112 or something like that outside. Alita says that, and Vindicator's LLL at office face. I actually said office space, but it might be my mic, but I did say space, not face. Sophie says, why has there been rumors about Brock signing with AEW that has been out there for a year and a half? Why do they have the rumors about Daniel Bryan and CM Punk all the time? Alita says it was only 93. Pocola's making funny faces.
We got up to like 88 today, and it rained a lot, so it cooled it way down to like 70s. I loved it.
Robbie says, Dee, didn't know you were so fashionable, right? Walter's like, go Ray, get the win.
Oh shit! Almost kicked his head clean off. That's Ichabod Crane style.
Does he have a pumpkin for a head? I bet he has a pumpkin for a head.
Did Ichabod have a pumpkin for a head?
Yes, he did.
That was the Headless Horseman.
He should have had a pumpkin for a head. Walter says, go Ray, get the win, and I got thunderstorms here. All right. Here is another trivia question for all you freeloaders out there. All right. Here we go. Trivia
Should have brought
question.
the Harry Potter trivia in.
Uh-huh. Right.
Trivia, Harry Potter trivia.
Here's your trivia for you. Who was the self-proclaimed Great American who defeated Eddie Guerrero for the WWE Championship in 2004? Alita says, my puppy had a great time. Fantastic. Puppies. Walter says, oh man, last. Sophie says, Ray, Edge, Cena, Goldberg, Triple H, on the Rocks all still could go. Alita says, hurdles I couldn't do too short. Right?
Yeah, either could that.
Okay, so the last time that The Rock had a major wrestling bout in WWE, he literally tore his abdomen open and had like major surgery had to be done.
Yeah,
so you
like
tell
11
me
hernias or 7 hernias.
You tell me that that's healthy, that that's safe, that he's not too old. I get it. He's in great shape and he looks like he should be able to like, hang with the kids and stuff like that. But I bet you anything on his movies, he does not do his own, whatchamacallit, stunts.
No, he's got a stunt double. We know that. His stunt double was all upset because of how big he was getting for the Ant movie.
Right.
Because he's like, dude, I can't get that big.
Right. So that's, that's something, so he doesn't have to do a lot of physical stuff that way and things. And it's pretty sad that he wasn't about and he got hurt, and that's horrible that he did, but that's what happens when you start getting older and your body can't keep up with what you want to do. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that, can't. It's Clint Eastwood.
Is he dead?
No, I don't think so. I haven't heard him dying. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, oh, it's going to be sad when Clint Eastwood dies. My hero.
I feel you. When Hulk Hogan dies, I'll probably cry.
Even as an old man, I'm like, he's still kind of hot in his own way. Because he looked old.
It's my celebrity leg.
Well, he looked old in his spaghetti westerns.
Uh-huh.
And so it's kind of hard not to think that, he would be old. Anyways, we're back from commercial, and the answer to that trivia question.
Ray kicks through.
John Bradshaw Layfield. JBL was the name of that person. Roberto's like, right. Piccolo's like, oh, that was a rough crash, but wow, she did not land gracefully. Did you see her face when she, landed? It was... Well, the thing of it was is she wasn't even watching her hurdle. She, looked over like she got distracted by something, and then she tripped and fell into the hurdle. Poor girl. I feel bad for her, but at the same time, it was funny. She's not hurt, so it's even more funny. Sophie says, imagine if Steve Austin didn't retire when he did, what would the WWE be like then? Robbie says, D, I guess the Usos match ain't that important. It was on commercial, and now it's on.
Yeah,
Sophie
right
says,
now, Rey
did you
Mysterio
hear about
and
Simone dropping out of the team for the Olympic? Yeah, we don't
Oh,
care.
yeah.
Robbie says, D,
She
they
did that
shouldn't
to
come
protect
back.
herself from failure. She was so worried about failing because everybody said she's the greatest and the GOAT, and she's going to carry the Olympics. And you could tell leading up to it, they did interviews and stuff, and she would say things like, Yeah, because I'm the greatest. Or, like, she'd be like, it'd almost be, ironical. And then her anxiety just protected her from failing. That's what happened. I mean, flat out, she had anxiety and could not compete, but it kept her from failing. And that's what it was all about. Poor girl. And it's something she's got to live with. It's not like she's suffering from anything. It's anxiety is a protection mechanism.
I have no comment. Absolutely no comment. Robbie says, D, they shouldn't come back. And Welch says, Dalitha's right. They get hurt. Sophie says, all of them are that old. And Pico says, Jay has more of the Bruno Mars pompadour with the shaved sides. Sophie says, even most of the NXT call-ups are older than 35.
Oh, shit. Jay saving Jimmy.
Yes. And
Ray over the top lands on both of them.
Go, Ray. Throw your old self out there. And, I'm sorry to say this, guys, but wrestling is a sport. And in sports, when the athlete, we'll call them athletes, get to over 35 and closer to 40, their bodies start breaking down and giving up. I'm sorry, they do.
That's about when Vince starts signing them.
Sports.
Oh, shit.
When you are around 40, you are old.
619 to hit. No, Jimmy caught him.
He's like,
Put him on his back. Samoan drop?
No.
No, rolls him through. Look at this. What goes around comes around. Rey Mysterio pins him with a little bit of help from his son.
Got that cheat out there. Awesome. Walsh like, LOL funny. Alita says lightning coming. Sophie says Damian Priest is like 34 or 35. Robbie says if the money is good, they will come back. Sophie says Daniel Bryan isn't that old and he got injured many times over the years. And that's just because his body's not made for it. Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure he's like 38, 39 years old.
He is. He's older. At this point. I mean, but when he was injured before and stuff, though. And some people are more prone. He's a smaller
guy.
And some people are more prone to getting... And his were more concussions, more than anything else. And that's what his problem is. And some people are just more prone to them than others. Vindicator says it's not even about age or injuries that much. It's just those old wrestlers have nothing to offer and nothing to prove. Their rehashed gimmicks are just boring, played out, and unfreshing. Well, they do have a lot to offer.
So because they can teach the younger guys stuff. And Carmella's shirt came off. So she was trying to wrestle and hold her boobs in, but the whole back was open. The whole thing, not in this match. It was in the house show they did.
That's hilarious.
And so she had to get a roll-up to lose so she could hurry and get out of there. She's trying to hold her boobies in. It was pretty funny.
That's actually pretty hilarious. Because those Rock is hella bulky. He can't run around the ring like back in the 2000s.
No, he'd have to slim up. But I think he's like 50, isn't he? Or 48, 50?
Yeah.
He's getting a little old to be out there playing around in the ring. All right, this might be where we see Sasha. And she is well needed. This SmackDown division needs some ladies.
Something. Ryan says, D, tell that to Jeff Hardy. He should stop. Sophie says, tell that to Matt Hardy and Christian Cage. Walter says, on Monday I'll be here for Raw. Still here until 9:15. Sophie says, it's funny they are going to build to both the draft and the Queen of the Ring at the same time since they are both going to be around a week apart. Alita says,
it looks like they are going to be in October.
I have no comment either. Robbie's like, Ray winning, what a fraud. Sophie says they shouldn't have gone to Tokyo for the Olympics since not that many people wanted to go. They weren't allowed to go. People weren't allowed to come. They made it so they couldn't have people come. And I don't think they should have been in Tokyo anyways. I think they should have forfeited. And they should be fined for doing what they did.
Yep. A lot of that, a lot of the injuries and things that happened are because of the year off.
Mm-hmm. Because they were ready, and how many of them didn't get a chance to go that qualified and could go last year, but then became too old to qualify and go this year? They fucked them. They fucked them good, and I am not a fan. Not a fan. Anyways, here's a trivia question for you. Golga and Kurgan were part of a bizarre group known as what? Cheese. That's my guess. Cheese.
Probably is.
The answer is cheese. Robbie's like, D, Michael Cole is old. Should he stop? Michael Cole is a commentator, not an athlete.
No older than Tony Schiavone.
No older than fucking JR. Hello?
We all know JR's too old.
JR is... he would probably be fine if he hadn't had a stroke. The poor guy had a stroke. That doesn't make him too old. That just means that, you know, he had something happen that makes his brain a little slow. Piccolo says, can we give flowers to Sunisa Lee? She was given an opportunity and shined. Sunsai Lee, yeah, she shined. She got the gold for the fucking gymnastics. She was an alternate? Wasn't she an alternate?
No,
or was she on the team?
Yeah.
Sophie says, I wonder how much money it will take them to give Undertaker for him to be back in the ring.
Absolutely. I think she deserves a standing ovation for representing our country, stepping in.
Indicator says, I like this sparkly Bianca tonight, channeling her inner Sasha. I hope Liv and Bianca have a feud. Keep Binks on vacation a little longer.
You know, that would be interesting. I would have liked to see that. Or Tony Storm and Liv Morgan would be fantastic. At some point, it's got to happen because there's just not that many women on the SmackDown's roster.
Sophie says, what's the worst thing that would happen if they didn't have the Olympics at all and you have to wait till 2028?
Oh, that would be terrible. Can you imagine?
Then they should just get rid of them altogether.
I mean, those people work their whole lives for it.
Well, Lita says JR is ancient, and Ravi says, hi to your reaction when you answered my question. And Ravi says, D, but he is still old, ain't he? Doesn't matter. He's not an athlete, and he's not a wrestler. I'm talking about wrestlers. I'm not talking about commentators. I don't care what the fuck they do. That'd be like saying that then you better go through every single person who works for WWE in the background and how old they are for the writers and everybody else and get rid of them.
Oh, they would love to do that.
If that's how you're going to do it. And then you can bring in all the woke liberal people who can make it even more stupid than it already is.
Right.
So there you go.
I'm pretty sure it's both conservatives and liberals in there.
Yeah, because you got old people in there.
We don't get a lot of bra and panty matches.
I think they should have more of those. The answer to the trivia question was the oddities. The oddities. Sophie says they shouldn't have gone to Tokyo for the Olympics. They should have had a backup location for it.
Yes, they should have done it in like Texas. Let's not celebrate that, guys. There's no competition. She's at 100 days against. So anybody
Against who?
Against what? Carmella?
Bailey, who got broken for a minute.
She has no competition. Let's let her prove herself against top quality wrestlers before we celebrate this.
Robbie says Finn
Not
Balor.
saying she can't. I want to see her actually wrestle.
Robbie's like, Finn Balor, how the F does he got a title shot? Has he got a title shot?
That's why they brought him up. They need somebody there. And it makes sense to have a triple threat match.
Mm-hmm.
To me. Because John can't do it anymore by himself, I wouldn't assume. That's a lot of pressure.
Right? Medicare says, I'm liking the toasty one's dress too. Her and Bianca actually look like they could be sisters, not twins, though.
Who's this?
It's Carmella.
This is her music.
I guess. Because as I never thought of the political background of the writers or the creative, etc.
Right.
Robbie says, do you seem like you should work for WWE as you have all the answers? I wouldn't work for them for anything in the world. Vindicator's like, break time, back in 20. Ravi says, whoop whoop, let's celebrate this This fraud. Sophie says, did you hear that some states are slowly going back to lockdown again?
Yep, you can see it. They're going to put you back in house arrest.
Maybe people shouldn't want that. You guys are stupid.
Have you watched the news?
No, I don't watch it at all.
If I feel bad for people that watch it, because if you watch it just one night, you'll have an anxiety attack. I'm like, oh my God, because it's on, because the Olympics.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, why is this on my TV? And I start watching it, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, they're just sitting there just filling you up with such bullshit. It's like, oh my God. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, their
You've gotta
lives
turn
and
that shit off.
that they tell you.
Zelina Vega.
Just amazing how much they lie about shit anymore.
Well,
they don't
it's
have
not,
facts.
It's not considered lying. It's truth extended. It's truth in the wrong light.
She looks like a baseball.
Yes. She looks like an amazing baseball. Like a four-seam fastball.
She's like tiny. She like comes up to her
She's going to
waist.
say it to her face.
Nice.
Or maybe her boob area.
I think she's gonna say it. I think she's gonna say it to her waist. Jeff Samuels in the chat. Hey, Jeff says, hey, Wrestling Gab. Did you hear when Orton comes back? He's going to bring back Bum in My Light when he back.
I have not.
What? Sophie says, I'm surprised that the Olympics actually went to Tokyo. Thought after getting a year off, they would have rethink the location for it. As Robbie says, Baylor for me is just not good enough to be Cham yet for me. Baylor needs to go through a table.
Oh, you're on, she says. Oh, from behind.
Alina's like her belly. Yeah, that's about how tall Selena is. That's not being mean. Like, Selena's just kind of short.
Uh-oh, is somebody going to come down and save her, maybe?
Why would
Uber
anybody
face pop.
save her?
Well, that's what they do. That's how you get an Uber face pop. It's going to be Liv. No, it's the boss!
Oh, Sasha Banks is back!
So they want to team her with Carmella, huh?
You mean with Sasha? I mean with Belair?
Belair. That's just interesting.
Sorry.
Bad writing. Now, unless she turns on her. No, fuck. That's just bad writing.
Ugh.
We just saw this. The same exact thing happened with Bayley. And then she turned on Bayley, remember?
Yeah.
Hopefully this doesn't last a year and a half. They have a chance to bring relevancy to the title, and they miss it.
Yeah.
Missed
Dumb.
it. Fuck. That's so frustrating. Unless she can turn on her quickly and then wrestle her at SummerSlam.
Lame. El Lamo. That was fucking lame.
All fart, no poop. It is good to see the boss back, but...
I thought it would be great if she came in and she's like, and hug, so happy for you, bitch. Slap!
Right? It's not over yet.
Bitch, I'm going after that. That's my belt. It belongs here, not there. Here. Well, it must be over enough because they're doing something else.
Yeah, they're doing something from Raw. Why are we showing Raw highlights from 2 weeks ago?
I don't know. Because of Reginald? It's a Reginald
Are they going to put the
thing?
24/7 title on SmackDown?
Maybe. Dustin's like, okay, I like this, but Robbie's like Sasha, Lita's like Sasha, Pico's like, yeah, our local news brings up homeless issues, COVID issues, and I don't know, random crime.
Yeah, just nothing positive. And when they do, it's like this big deal.
Right. Desmond's like, thank God she's back finally. Pico's like, hey, welcome back, Sasha. And Robbie's like, why can't Sasha just put Belair in the bank statement? Walter's like, the boss is back. Robbie's like, the segment, what a letdown. Doesn't Sasha must be a face now? Lily's like, she's looking good. And Sophie says, the Sasha Belair thing reminds me of the Sasha Bailey feud.
Yes. Same thing. They're just recycling it.
Yeah.
Because they can't be friends. It's not going to make any sense. So
well, Vindicator, hopefully you watched enough that you got to see Sasha come out. That's probably the only thing you're going to see. So hopefully you saw it. All right, here is a question for you. What did Roddy Piper smash over Jimmy Snuka's head on Piper's pit?
What is it? What is it? What is it?
What is what?
Answer.
Well, don't you know?
I remember it happening, and I want to say a word, but I'm not sure if it's it.
What a weird commercial. Walter's like, I guess no filming now. And Desmond says, D is so funny. Pico is like 24/7 segment on SDY. Sophie says, wow, this is the first time in a while that we get the 24/7 championship on both brands. And Robbie says, why didn't Sasha lump Belair? What a letdown. WWE ain't got a Scooby. Desmond says 24/7 championship match original versus question marks. Sophie says SummerSlam weekend is going to be tough on the roster, especially with the SmackDown roster who has to work the night before. Robbie says, I think I'm a 1 minute ahead. That happens sometimes. Everybody's kind of on different ones, especially with if we have to
watch it through.
If we have to stream it through anything, we're behind. So we don't get to watch it live on our cable provider or anything like that because of our time zone. So we're actually always a little bit behind. Lilith like, who cared? Reggie is amazingly hot. As Ravi says, WWE rinse and repeat. Sophie says, remember when this 24/7 championship was introduced, that it is allowed on both brands.
Yes, and it should be. It should be allowed everywhere. They should be doing it at golf courses during the U.S. Open. Women's beach volleyball on right now.
Like, they should just be like, all right, Tiger Woods, we're going to give you the 24/7 belt for a minute. Make sure he's not taking a shot.
Don't
want him to ruin it.
Have Tiger win the title like on the 9th hole. He drains his putt and then pins R-Truth. You're like, what's going on here?
Celebrates. So he's like, I'm watching it on regular TV. Yeah, that's what a lot of people in the Central and Eastern time zones in the States can do. And it's on time, and it's probably a little bit like further ahead. But we can't. We have to stream ours, so.
You can be a ring announcer at SummerSlam. You just got to try out on TikTok.
Oh my God, seriously? These are the people that are... Never mind.
This is Dwayne.
My God. My God.
Repeated several times.
Jesus Christ. Oh, that's too funny. Pico is like, hey, random question for Travis.
Ooh.
Do you eat many eggs?
Yes.
It's a lot of eggs.
I haven't had any for like 3 days, but yeah.
Okay, so there for a long time he was eating like 5 to 8 of them a day. For a while.
Reginald on SmackDown.
And it says Braun Strowman cameo. Walter's like, funny TikToks of fans. Sophie says, it seems like they forgot that 24/7 championship rule since he has been on Raw for a long time. The answer to the trivia question was a coconut. A coconut. So if you guessed coconut, you got it.
A coconut. Show up and defend your title, Reginald.
Yeah, show up and
Reggie.
defend your title, you loser face.
That guy comes out, he's like,
woo! I don't want to be on camera. You're
He's
on
like,
camera.
ah. He puts rear view mirrors on his shopping cart. There he goes with his Sin Cara entrance. He comes out and jumps over the top rope with the little springboard.
Right. Athletic freak. Walter wants R-Truth to get the belt back. Let's see. Alita says, I do too. She eats a lot of eggs. Robbie says, haha. How is Reg getting pushed more than others that have been there longer? He's entertaining. And the WWE is like a circus anyway, so he fits right in. So it was like, I'm surprised Braun isn't back in the WWE yet, since there was talks of the WWE wants to re-sign him. Ari's in the chat says, who was that behind Reggie? Just some guy.
Just
random.
a guy.
Just some random guy. Who's the guy that, in Tropic Thunder that Tom Cruise's character wants to punch the director?
Mm-hmm.
What's that guy called?
The key hand?
Is that what a key grip?
Yeah, the key grip.
Maybe the guy's just like a key grip. Here's like, Travis, do you remember the tall blonde wrestler who was a Paul Heyman guy named Hendrick?
Yes, I do. He's a big dude and never became anything. Oh, look at this, Otis.
Oh, no. Reggie's like, oh, gee. So he's like, I wonder what everybody in the back thinks of this Reginald having more TV time than them, since they have been part of the roster a lot longer than him. Robbie says, Reg doing up Sonic the Hedgehog with those jumps. And Desmond's like, WTF. And Walter's like, Otis will win.
Well, you would think so, but Otis can't be 24/7 champ. That doesn't make any sense.
Because he can't run away.
Well, that, but he wouldn't want to. That's not his character. It would make no sense for him to be 24/7 champ.
Ah.
Oh, maybe it's Gable.
I think it's Otis.
I have no idea. Otis looking good in his unitard or whatever that is.
Oh, yeah, he looks great. It's like, wow, this is interesting. Walter's like, Otis got a cool haircut. Manicure's like, delete that. That name is pronounced Heidenreich. Okay. So it's not German? Heidenreich. It's not German.
It's
You gotta
not
have
me.
some. You gotta have some phlegm.
Ah, it's not me. It's him. It's not Otis. Like I was saying, it wouldn't make a lot of sense.
It's not me, it's him. But he pushed him anyways. Doesn't seem very nice. Gage Mitchell's in the chat. Hey, Gage says, hello, guys. Desmond says, Otis probably can't run for 24 seconds. Bobby's like, who knew Otis was good on the mic, right? Walter's like,
Right.
okay, sure,
He
GG
tore
for the
it
win.
down.
Oops. Flash is like, it's pronounced Heidenreich. Heidenreich. Sorry.
I remember the guy. I know who you're talking about.
I didn't get my Germanness out there. My bad. Sophie says, whoever wins this, it will be their first singles championship in the WWE.
All
Desmond's
right.
like, wait,
Reginald
it's
into
Chad?
the corner.
Yeah, Chad. It's when you act like a Chad, that's
Woo!
what you're like. Chad.
Missing chop after chop.
So, Picola, did you have a reason behind your question of asking Travis about eggs? Did you get lost?
1, 2, and 3. No! Chad Gable kicking the ropes out of frustration.
Ooh. Rob is like, D, how is it pronounced? I don't know. Why don't you ask Vindicator and Flash? They all know how it's really pronounced. Walter's like, go Chad Gamble, get
Look
the
at
win.
this. Off the top, guys.
Old Chad
Woo!
Gable.
Reginald lands on his feet. Reginald about ready to end it here. Oh, shit from behind. Now, it doesn't matter, right? Like, it's still a title match.
Well, it's a match. So
Lands on his feet, rolls through.
Wins.
Yeah, but him just saying he could have got beat.
Yeah.
Old Reggie.
Does this SmackDown is going by quick. There's just 1 hour left. And Walter's like, DQ. Yep. Lolita's like, LOL, the on belt Chad is going to get. The one belt Chad is going to get. Nope. Denied. Denied.
Pierce. And Sonya. Tag team match. Oh. Just
Lame.
it's like 2 mid-carders against 2 main eventers.
Lame.
Why would they do that as the main event?
So lame. So motherfucking
Unless
lame.
Sasha's going to turn on her.
Lamety lame lames. Oh my lame-o. Here's a trivia question for you. Which 2 WWE Hall of Famers were known as the APA? The Acolytes Protection Agency. Which 2 WWE Hall of Famers were known as the APA?
Everybody knows
Acolytes Protection Agency. Walter's like, contract signing. Doesn't like sometimes going by quick. Picola says, I'm cooking a ham, egg, and cheese Sammy. LOL. Are you doing that? Are you doing that TikTok thing or whatever, where you put the egg in the pan, and then you put your bread on the egg and flip it over, and then you cook it for a little bit, and then you flip it over, and then you put your ham and cheese or whatever you're gonna put in on the bread, and then put the egg over it, and then flip it over like a grilled cheese sandwich, and it's done. Haven't tried that yet. Kind of curious to see how that'll work out.
Do it.
Let's see. Robbie says Nikki ASH needs to drink some goat's milk if she's going to beat Square.
You have to do something.
As Robbie says, the first hour feels like 3 hours of Raw. Robbie says JBL, Walter says that. And Ayla's in the chat. Hey, Ayla. Desmond's like D versus WWE. Sean says answers. Sophie says if AEW did this type of show, people will praise it. No.
There's only been 2 matches, guys. And one of them was a squash thing that we just watched. I didn't know what that would be called.
Boring and stupid.
Raw was better this week, and I never say that.
Yeah, because they had more matches.
They had 10 in 3 hours.
Robbie's
3
like,
matches an
Ayla, you
hour
can't
plus
just
1.
turn up late. Yeah, but at least she turns up. Dessa says that. Answer to that. Alita says, sounds good. Ayla says, I'm eating a sandwich from Goodies.
Cool.
I don't really like their sandwiches.
Goodies. Is that the pizza place?
Yeah, the one with the bar behind it by
Right.
ISU.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Used to live right there in that parking lot.
I like their calzones.
Not
They're
in the
not
parking
too
lot. Like,
bad.
I wasn't homeless. There's little
You
apartments.
lived in the park. Don't lie. You're like, I lived in a cardboard box behind that place. It was amazing. They
I've
had
always
this.
had cars. I've never had to live out of a car. I mean, I've never lived out of a car, but I'm just saying.
People's like, I'm not that coordinated. I don't know. I think I could pull it off. I'm pretty good at cooking eggs. Alita says, hi, Ayla. And Ayla says, yeah, at least I show up. Technically, I don't watch wrestling. I'm just a troll. The best kind.
Crawdad eater. Mud
She
bug.
didn't eat them.
She had some.
Did she?
She tried it.
At least it didn't stay stinky in the house very long. Those smelled so bad. I was
they
like,
did stink.
oh my God,
They smelled like death.
stink so bad. It was like, oh.
I had like 8 million maggots from them, and they were in the lid. I picked the lid up, and I'm like, what is that? And I just, oh my God, it was just maggots. And I mean everywhere, the whole garbage side. It was like lice.
Yeah.
And so I just took the lid and I just dropped it on the carpet.
I don't know why you dropped it on the carpet.
Because it went through the wood.
Why didn't you just take it out in the yard?
Anyways, the chickens ate them all. They liked it. Do you have an answer?
The answer to the trivia question was John Bradshaw Layfield and Ron Sibbons. If you guessed them, you got it correct. Congratulations!
Here it is, the moment we've all been waiting for. Well, I want to know what we've been waiting for.
The contract signing.
Oh, shit.
That's what's next. More not wrestling stuff. Let's see. Robbie says Rob was okay. Would not go that far to say it was outstanding this week.
I would say...
Nobody said outstanding, but we did say it's better.
It was really good because it was action.
Yeah.
These talking segments are just hard.
It's just gay and dumb, and I hate it immensely. It makes me hate it even more.
You're really happy for you?
I hate it. Melinda Ford is in the chat. Hey, Melinda says, hey, everyone. Hello. How's it going?
Do we know Melinda?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. Are
if you're
you
new? Subscribe.
Yeah.
I like that name.
Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. And Robbie's like, Ayla, only you, only you. Pico says, Ayla be turning up all hours of the day. Lita says, the best troll ever, right? Desmond says, the answer. And Sophie says, we will ever get Raw back to 2 hours again unless the WWE asks USA Network for it.
Not going to happen. USA makes too much money from Raw being on 3 hours. They could go 5 or 6 hours and still get at least 1 million people watching. They ain't going to get that from reruns of Murder, She Wrote, or whatever that show's called, with the special victim things.
Mm-hmm. Ayla says, I'm the best troll ever. I tried a crawfish. No, I didn't like it. Robbie's like, Ayla, fish not your thing then? And Alita says, crawdads are great. Desmond says, so what's the main event? Stupid.
It is a women's tag team match. Bianca and Sasha versus Carmella and Selena Vega.
I mean, oh, great. Yay. Sounds so fascinating. Barf. Let's see. Alita's like, crawdads are great with Old Bay and a boil. And we did that, and it smelled so bad I didn't like it. Because, it's too much work for such little meat. That's crawfish for you. Sophie says, is it hard to watch both the Olympics and wrestling at the same time whenever they are on at the same time?
Yeah, but it is what it is.
Well, there's not really much going on with SmackDown anyways for, like, any kind of action, so really it's not that big of a deal tonight. For Monday it was, because there was, like, matches going on, and Wednesday for AEW, because there was stuff going and happening, and so you're like, oh, crap, and then you were like, what's happening on the Olympics? And you're like, no, you gotta watch what's happening on wrestling, because things were actually happening and whatnot, and now they're not, so bleh.
The big dog, the head of the table, the tribal chief.
That guy.
Is he going to sit at the head of the table?
Sure. Greg Clary's in the chat. Hey, Greg. Says, hi, guys. I'm done with WWE if they don't put Cena in this match.
Well, I think that's the whole plan. Make it a triple threat match.
Yeah. Ayla says, I like fish. I like salmon, sushi, tuna, shrimp sometimes. Rob is like, is Finn Balor going to be doing the demon thing again?
You know what? I don't know. But I know that Vince didn't want him to use it because he wanted it to be a special thing, like The Undertaker's gimmick. And so he just stopped using it. And then he went down to NXT, and so he's been there, and now he's back up. But I don't think they're going to allow it for this match because if they did, they'd want him to win. Mm-hmm. If he wants it to be special.
Right? Greg says, I'm not the big Cena fan, but Vince is a loony. Desmond says, my tribal chief. And it is like, crawfish have a face and legs. And Sophie says, why do I have a feeling that this Finn Roman thing will somehow lead to the eventful Roman Cena feud?
Yes.
Desmond's like, oh, that's so stupid.
Cena
the
wants
worst
it
show
now.
in the last few weeks.
What was that?
Them having a signing with Roman Reigns and Finn Balor and then maybe throwing John Cena in there, I guess. I don't know.
Well, as long as he walks to the ring this slow, it'll be over before the women's match even starts.
Yeah.
If Roman's like, I'm taking my time.
Well, he's got to waste some time, right? Because we can't have too many matches tonight. It's ridiculous. Why have action when we could just slowly die in our chairs?
I want action tonight. Satisfaction.
Robbie says, Ayla, you're so random. Vindicator says main event is this anticlimactic contract signing. No, the main event is
the women.
Barfy
I
grossness.
filled my water up. I must have just left about that.
It was like, why am I random? Y'all brought it up. But I was like, Travis, get a sick bowl for D when the women's match comes on.
Get her a bag.
Something. Alita's like, who said that you were random? Oh, Ravi's out there. It was like, Ravi said I'm random. I mean, I am, but not right now. Greg Clear says, do you think Cena gets in tonight or later? He was on earlier. I'm sure he'll have something to do with this, too. At some point. Dustin says, wait, have we seen Roman versus Balor before in the past?
Yes, I think so. Maybe not. I don't remember. I know he beat Seth for the first ever Universal Championship, but then dislocated his shoulder and was out for a long time.
Because we are just multitasking mofos. I just cooked a hot Sammy. I'm watching SmackDown, and I'm talking shit in the chat. Come at me. Right? Oh, Lena says, I don't understand why that Cena is back. He handed the torch to Roman. Like, I don't know. Robbie's like, Ayla, what else have you been up to? And Ayla's like today or in general?
She's up to about 5'2".
Ayla says, yes, we have. And Robbie's like, Ayla, both. Walter's like, Finn Balor and Roman Reigns in the ring? Yeah, they're doing a contract signing. John Cena is the Tribal Chief's next victim. Nice. There is some interesting.
What is a mixed 4x400 medal relay? Is that like men and women? What's mixed mean? We lost audio, maybe.
So, old what's-his-face was going to move the chair, and then Paul Heyman's like, no, I'll do it. Because he has to sit at the head of the table. And they set it up so the chair was to the side. And Roman's like, no.
He's set down like he has a hurt butthole.
He's like, I've got me a hernia.
He's a guy. It's a hemia.
It's a hemia?
Yeah, girls get hernias.
He's got a torn butthole. Sophie says, we have seen Roman versus Balor before in a random Raw episode in 16, the week after they brought back the brand split. Walter's like, boo, Paul Heyman. And Greg Claire's like, go Cena. And Alita says Roman has a contract with Skek. I don't know what that means. Sophie says, we could see that what they did for Mania for SummerSlam by having a triple threat match, but this time with Cena and Balor. Rise like, D knows what's going to happen before it happens. Ayla's like, not much today. Just went shopping, found some Warhead candies, painted my toes lime green, got a sandwich.
Sounds good.
Oh, Alita says he has a contract with Skechers. Oh, Skechers. Okay, you guys are saying your what's all stupid, dumb audience. They're like, oh, what? What?
You're
What?
supposed to.
What?
It's Stone Cold Steve Austin thing.
I get it, but they were saying it when he wasn't pausing. He was talking and they're like, what? Dummies. Luna's like, yes, 2016 when COVID didn't even exist. It did. It just wasn't a thing.
He said he thinks he's worthy.
He was like, Travis is wrong, not 5'2", it's more like 5'4". Oh.
Boom. Exploding in height.
Sophie's like, Roman better think COVID for this heel turn. I think he would still be a face if COVID wasn't a thing last year.
Watching the 800. These guys just sprint that race. It's nuts.
God bless you says, you're correct, my sister. Are they really sprinting? Because it doesn't look like it.
It's an 800. This is it. Like it's a long distance race that they just run at full speed the whole time.
That's weird. Then here's like Roman speaks the truth about Cena, tired old shtick. And Ayla says, I'd like to chill with the queen. It sounds fancy. Robbie says, Ayla, you sound like you're chilling better than Dee. Well, of course she's chilling better than me. She hasn't got shit to do. As Ayla says, you deleted the queen comment. Now I look stupid. You don't look stupid.
Roman sucks. Sucks.
Walter wants a fight. He wants them to fight. So the top of that table is really weird.
Just sign it, Roman.
By all means.
Paul throws the pen. That paper's worth a lot of money now. Autograph. Oh, homeboy fell.
Aw, poor dude. He's like, I'm so tired, I fell down.
He got caught up in somebody's feet. Finn, that's not happening.
You're a loser.
Oh, King Corbin!
Oh, Baron Corbin! He threw his contract!
So they didn't sign the contract.
Roman signed it, but I don't know if Finn got his name on there, did he? I think he
No.
was going to sign it and then he got attacked.
Perfect. It takes Finn out. And John Cena can sign that now. Or even Corbin. Roman don't give a fuck.
He's like, what's going on? The GMs are all out.
Look at you, don't even care.
Paul Heyman's like, what the fuck is going on? And Cena, poor Roman's just like,
No, there it is.
Oh, there he is. There's Cena. Oh.
John Cena gonna sign that contract. So is that how it works now? It just is. It's they're just blank, so anybody signs them and it's official.
I guess.
Like it's just an open contract. Like nobody's name's already on there. It's just like to the
Does
party
he have
of.
a pen? Oh, he's got a marker even.
To the party of. He's gonna sign it with a Sharpie.
He's like, I'm left-handed.
He's
Look
a
at me.
southpaw.
Oh my god.
That's not even his real left hand.
What a reject.
That signature is awesome. Cena, you can't see me. My time is now. There it is, guys. That's how you get Finn Balor out. And Finn Balor can now wrestle Corbin.
He's all apologizing. Sorry, man. Sorry, man. He apologizes to Corbin on his way past. Just silliness.
Did you hear him? Is that even legal?
Yes. He took his place. I have no idea either.
I hope that Roman learned a lesson. Never sign the contract that's generic first.
Desmond says, why Reigns talking like he about that life or something. Desmond says, I love the 800. And Ayla said that. Desmond says, 2 laps around the track. Alita says, we have 2,000 cases. And Desmond's like, oh my. Vinegar says, Ayla, what was the purpose of painted your toes green? St. Patrick's Day was long since past. Sophie says, I'm guessing we are going to get Balor Corbin feud then. And Robbie says, Finn the fraud got cooked, bruv. Desmond says, oh geez. Zoe Ziggler's like, and here comes Cena. Ayla's like, I don't know. I usually paint them light blue. Thought I'd change it up. I don't paint my fingernails, so add a little color, I guess. Walter's like, John Cena, yes. Lieutenant Martha says, and Cena signed the contract for SummerSlam. Robbie says, D gas for this match. Desmond says, Reigns not happy. Vindicator says, I don't like this fake out, but I guess Balor will get the winner after SummerSlam.
Right. So Roman.
Yeah, that's it. Here's a trivia question for you. Who was the first tag team inducted into the Hall of Fame, the WWE Hall of Fame in 1996? Who was the first tag team inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 1996? Go! Let's see. John Cena, yes. Walter says the timer says, and Cena seeing the contract for SummerSlam. Robbie says D gassed for this match. Desmond says Reigns not happy. Vindicator says, I don't like this fake out, but I guess Balor will get the win for SummerSlam. Desmond says this was funny, funniest moment of the night, and maybe the best. Alita says card can change at any time. Card subject to change. Vindicator says, so that means, Ayla, you're a big fan of sandals? And Sophie says they are saving Balor versus Reigns for a non-big pay-per-view. It was like, yeah, I am. Tevez all the way. Robbie says, as long as Cena or Roman don't win. Sophie says that was an interesting twist to the contract signing.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. So that's always nice. I just didn't know that contracts were generic. I thought it said the people's names.
Generic.
It was like, and the party of, for the party for.
It had Finn Balor's name where Cena signed.
Oh, yeah, then it wouldn't be illegal.
It had Roman Reigns' name and then a signature spot. It had Finn Balor and signature spot.
Yeah, completely not legal.
I don't think WWE really cares.
Well.
No, it's creepy. So creepy. Sophie's like, I wasn't a wrestling fan at that time. Sorry. Desmond says it may not even be a contract. Right. Medicare says bugs are not a problem in Idaho, right? People walk around without socks and only sandals. I can't do it. I have to keep my legs, ankles, feet protected. We have bugs.
We have all sorts of bugs. You can get Lyme disease just going to your garbage can.
Like, what do I care? Sandals without socks is the way to go. If I can get away with it, I don't wear shoes at all. Or socks.
I was wearing my Tevas earlier this year, and I kind of just stopped because one of them's kind of bleh.
Your Tevas?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I don't know. The sign on the side fell off.
I'm sorry.
Not that it's a big deal, but
just tear the other one off and it won't be a big deal at all. Then they match, OCD boy. Did you say Tevas?
Mm-hmm.
Are they?
Well, some people might know them at that. It's Teva, but...
Oh, okay. I'm like, am I saying you're wrong?
But a lot of people say Teva, so you just say either one. Teva. It's Teva, but...
The answer to the trivia question was the Valiant Brothers. If you guess the Valiant Brothers, you got it right. Piccolo
Jimmy
says,
Valiant? I don't know who his brother was.
I don't know either. Piccolo says, well, they're trying to shake things up,
Jimmy
I guess.
and Jay Valiant, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe. Sophie says, Corbin and Cena did have a SummerSlam match and feud before.
Look. There it is. It's officially ratified, she said. So it's on. Paul Heyman said the same thing that we said. But they're like, it's good enough for me.
Well, if that's the case, right, then you should be able to just... Anybody could sign it. Unless you're not a champion. Then I guess that might be a big thing. Doesn't says and then saying that they agree with a signature. Sophie says, when will Sonya finally get back in the ring? I don't know. Robin says, yay, Biggie, another fraud. Alita's like the E. Piccolo says, Florida people wear socks with slides all the time here. Walter says, okay, bye guys. See you Monday. Have a nice weekend.
Take care,
you
boss.
too, Walter. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging with us. Appreciate it. Shinsuke
This was
Nakamura.
the match that we would have got last week. But they went to the rap show. The 6-man tag team match.
Mm-hmm. We get to see it now? Since we didn't get to see it on TV. We had to watch the other garbage that was stupid. It was like, I say what Travis says, Tava, not Tiva, Tava. But I didn't realize it was like potato, tomato. I laugh when people call betta fish, betta fish, not beta fish. Betta. Alita says, same here. Picola. Sophie says, yeah, we are finally getting to see that 6-man tag they saw in Ohio while we were watching in Miami's this week. Picola says, I know some make fun of it and some of us don't care. Well, I'm sure if it's a normal style choice, it probably doesn't matter. It's just weird to me. Okay, so the reason why it's weird to me is the people around here that normally wear that type of stuff are the Hispanics. That's why I think it's funny. They usually wear baggy shorts. They're wearing their wife beater tank tops, and they have their crew socks on that go half, almost to their knee, and then they have slides on. That's what I see where I live, and so it looks kind of goofy and funny to me. And I see it a lot, so it's kind of like, that looks weird. So that's the only reason why I make fun of it.
All right, we got Apollo. Maybe that's who your dream was about, was Apollo, because he's now with Robert Roode and Doll.
No, it wasn't. No, it was a dark-haired normal dude, not a dark-haired Apollo dude. I don't know who it was. It could have been nobody. I don't even remember. That's the only part of it I remember.
Right down on the floor of Big E.
It was like, I'd walk out barefoot before I wear socks with sandals, right? Right?
The sandals I have look really good with socks on. So it's hard for me not to wear socks.
Are you talking about the closed-toe ones?
Uh-huh. They look so good.
Well, maybe you should wear socks with them. Maybe they won't be gross.
I do too much outside. My socks would be black.
Rob says, Sophie, when she's stopped jobbing to Adam Pearce? That's when she'll do it. Sophie says, I live in Florida. Rob says, Ayla socks with sandals is a washed up look. Ayla says, looks homeless. Alita says, on commercial hair. And Piccolo says, where are you at, Sophie? Yeah,
I have a buddy that wears Birkenstock slides with socks. And I don't mean the socks. I mean, like, socks.
That's what I'm talking about. Crew socks.
All the way up, almost to your knee with red stripes.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I was just saying. But it's usually the Hispanic people around here that wear that. And they wear, like, wife beaters, tank tops, and, like, they wear the Dickies shorts. Because they're not like a canvas they're not short. Jeans. They're, the other type of like slack type, stuff. And they're all baggy. And I'm just like, that's what I see. Ayla says, they don't, Travis, and closed toe is not a sandal. It's a shoe. Because, like, socks can't be all holy neither. Well, I would hope not. Gross. Ew. Holy socks. Manicures like baggy cargo shorts, pants, wife beaters, sneakers, baseball cap, sunglasses. Platinum chain with $sign pendant and rings on 4 fingers are my casual everyday style.
That's what I wear to church. With a tie. And that's it. That's what I wear.
It was like you would, Vin. Alita's like, that's the jail look. Right? Like, I know. That's why I try not. That's why I laugh about it, by the way, is because wearing socks with slides is totally like, were you in prison? Whose bitch were you? Because that's exactly what my brain immediately thinks. I'm like, were you in jail? Pico says he used to wear knee-high socks, but the ones that are compression. Did you have a problem with your circulation? Pico says I had Dickies, right? Vinegar's like, by the way, whose bright idea was to name a piece of clothing wife beater? Like, what the fuck? LOL.
It's actually a stereotype.
It's a stereotype of people in trailer parks. Poor people stuff. Duh.
It's just called an undershirt. But people that wear those undershirts beat their wives as the stereotype. And so now they're called wife beaters.
There you go. It looks like y'all are disgusting. It looks like 100% prison. Right? Like,
All right, Cesaro's in there. European uppercut. Big old boot.
Pico is like Vindicator is blessed. Right? With his attire that he gets to wear on a daily basis. I was like, yeah, I bet you have worn socks with sandals. He was like, no, I haven't.
Well, how do you wear sandals in November and December then? When your feet get cold? 5, 6, 7. Little spinneroonie. 9, 10. Steps through. Sharpshooter. Sits down right on Dolph's lower back.
I wear shoes in those months. Or slippers. I don't wear my thongs. Or flip-flops.
Thong.
Yeah, they used to be tag team people. They know how to work together.
Dolph just gets that shoulder up.
I was like, oh, Ayla, of course not. Ayla's like, bro, I'm not lying. Ha. Hey, it's one more match they're having tonight.
I've seen that.
How weird is that?
2 an hour. They could have 48 out matches in one day. At this pace. Standing mood saw. 1, 2. Cesaro with the save. I think Nakamura had already kicked out, but whatever. Spinebuster by Robert Roode. Looking just like Arn Anderson. That's who Brock Anderson should be right there. But the
oh my gosh, look who it is! It's Brock! Anderson.
And we haven't seen him since, thank goodness.
Oh, hey, look! It's Rey Mysterio! And his son. That's my favorite one so far.
I love that they just said that, too.
It's like he forgot his name, and he's like...
The legendary
Rey Mysterio!
4 decades of wrestling!
And his
Oh, he's got his guitar. I'm like, what is this noise? Yeah, take that and just beat him with it.
Aww.
Commander is sneeze.
Commander sneeze? What the heck, dude?
Oh, big European uppercut. Take the big man right off his feet. And then he gets hit with a super kick. Cesaro laid out. Oh, Boog's getting his guitar back.
Oh!
Miss Nakamura.
Oh!
Apollo rolls him up. Big knee. That's his finisher. He got him. Nakamura pins him.
Wow, good for him. Yay, Nakamura. Good job. Good job. Good job. Alita's like, she got done in the trunk all night long. What? It was like, well, back in my day, when I hung out with my familia, when I drew my eyebrows on with a Sharpie, I may have had the prison outfit on. Drew your eyebrows on with a Sharpie. Oh, shit. You know, they're back to doing that, so they look fucking dumb as fuck. I don't understand it. Like, their eyebrows... Their eyebrows are like half their faces. It's so bad looking. Vinegar says, us scumbags gotta represent, you know, but I only wear undershirt, tank top, wife beater on the outside to mow the lawn. But if I wanted to beat on someone, I would do it shirtless. Just kidding. Gross, dude. I would hope you would beat on what? Ew. Gross. Ew. I don't want to know what you do in your private time, Vindicator. With or without your shirt on. So I was like, I left the chat for a little bit. I got distracted by my mom and my dog. That's all right.
That's awesome.
That sounds fun.
Edge, the huge
laughing.
pop from the
Zoe
crowd.
Ziggler's like, no. Or I was like, Ayla with the bad fashion sense. Sophie's like, Apollo versus Shinsuke at SummerSlam. Take my money. Ayla says, it was choice. I looked thug as fuck. Piccolo says Nakamura never gets to pin. I know, right? It's kind of nice to see him actually get something. Elita says, king. Let me see that thong. Oh. Travis was singing that song. Sophie says, you could tell Dee is a new wrestling fan.
She's been watching for 2 years.
Did I ever say I was a fan? You guys are insane! Fan. Robbie's like, Ayla, of course you did. Only you could. And Ayla's like, Sharpie is not just a look, it's a lifestyle. Alita wants to know if Edge is dosed today. I'm pretty sure he came out like he was on crack, so I'm pretty sure he's dosed. What's up? What's on now besides a commercial?
Swimming.
Or are they doing swimming now? They're done with racing?
See. That's our Olympic swimmer.
Ryan Murphy? No. Caleb Dressel.
Yeah, Dressel. He's built like a brick shit house.
Not like a dolphin? That one guy was like a dolphin, that guy said. It was creepy. So it says Las Vegas is going to have a mask mandate coming soon. I don't know how that will affect SummerSlam.
I know, right? That's what's starting to worry me, and they need to hurry and get SummerSlam underway because it might get canceled. Hopefully they have a backup plan for Texas or something.
Alita says, yes, I love that song. Piccolo says, oh man, that reminds me, there's a Japanese subculture that is all about the Chicanos, lowriders, the whole nine. That doesn't surprise me at all because I seen it, the Chico life on Vice TV. The Cholo life. You know, that does not surprise me that the Japanese subculture would have stuff like that. They're some interesting people, the Japanese. And especially like the new generations, they like do some really weird stuff.
Yeah, like they don't like to mate.
True that.
That's so weird. So there's a sister cities program, and we have a sister city in Japan, and we trade people. Like we go there and they come here and stuff. And anyways, my buddy Brett, he does it. He hosts, and then he has people stay with him. They actually live at his house and stuff for a while. And he asked their mayor, because the mayor stayed at his house, like, what is their biggest, worry over there? And it's population. Because they cannot get the boys to have sex with the girls. And so they've got like 30, 35-year-old virgin women over there.
Aww. That's really sad.
Because the guys would rather just masturbate or pay for a hooker. Because they don't want to put any work into a relationship. Because girls are complicated. That makes sense. America's not quite there yet, but you do see it with some of the kids. They're just like sex sites. Like Tinder or Plenty of Fish, or I don't know what they're called nowadays, but pretty sure Instagram was one of those at one point, or one of those like Instagram or Face Chat or whatever it's called, Snapchat.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, in America it's a little bit different because we have less morals, so the women are just as promiscuous as the men. Where they don't have that same moral issue, and so the women aren't, and so they sit at home, and the boys go sleep with hookers and their hands and robots and sex toys and whatever else.
True. Well, and there's this weird thing about what they find attractive too. Like, a lot of them don't find the Japanese women attractive. Like, they want them with big boobs and white round eyes, I guess you could say, which is horrible to say, but
I don't know how true this part is. Like, I don't know if that has anything to do with that. I don't know if they would be out boning, Barbie dolls in America if they lived here.
Well, considering what most of their robot women look like, I would imagine they would. If they could, they would.
Yeah, but their robot women are still Japanese women.
No, not all of them that I've seen on some of the stuff. Let's see. Alita says now all he needs is a wife beater and socks and sandals. Right?
Complete the whole set.
Get the whole set. Ayla's like Cholo and then a whole bunch of gang signs. Jeez, Ayla. Senior Jaden's like, wait, what happened with AEW and Domino's?
Nothing. They just referenced Domino's because this guy, Nick Gage, had a pizza cutter and he was using it on Chris Jericho's face, and he kept saying like carving him up like a Domino's pizza and stuff. And so Domino's was like, no, no. And so they basically detached themselves from AEW. Not that they were a sponsor or anything, but they made sure that they came out and said that they don't support any of that.
Well, they're lame because now I don't want to eat their pizza because they're stupid. Sophie says, have you guys heard or watched Smallville? I've heard of it.
Is that the Superman show?
Yes.
No.
I've never really watched it.
I would watch it. I had a buddy that watched it and he loved it.
Robbie says, Ayla, you make no sense at all. Piccolo says, foreign exchange. Not really foreign exchange, Piccolo. It's called Sister Cities. It's not a foreign exchange, really. It's actually older people from Japan that come over.
Not always.
I mean, there are younger ones, but it's not about like them coming over and going to school.
It's not an exchange student. Yeah, they're adults that come over for about 2-3 weeks a month. He's gonna break the world record.
Ayla says, "Why not?"
This guy's gonna break the world record too. Bam! 1 and 2 both broke the world record.
I don't think 2 broke it. I think he fell behind just for a second. Now, the question is, was the world record his or was the world record...
I think it was his, but
what's his
it could have been Phelps's.
Phelps.
Because that was Phelps's race. But those two, I mean, he obviously pushed him. That was the favorite. Well, favorite for silver.
Right. Let's see. Sophie says AEW is keeping its eyes on the situation with COVID, deciding how it will affect all their plans moving forward. Sophie says so both Edge and Christian are getting world title shots for the company they are working for, big pay-per-views. But here's this. Dalitha is a semi-cynical, passive-aggressive observer of wrestling who sits next to a true wrestling fan who aspired to be a commentator, but Pat McAfee beat him to the punch.
Just ruined me.
Vindicator figured us out completely. He put a label on us. Robbie's like, Ayla, because it's you, that's why. Vindicator says, but seriously, Travis should replace Michael Cole at the SmackDown table.
Fuck it. I'll do it.
Robbie says, no one wanted to hear Edge chat-ish anyway. Mans did us a favor, right? Ayla says, I make all the sense. Robbie says, Ayla, yeah, man. And Alita says, I did all seasons. Nice. She watched all seasons of Smallville. Sophie says, I'm starting on season 8 of Smallville. It was like, I only saw season 1. I didn't like it, to be honest, but not my type of show. Alita says, autocorrect, anime. Oh, okay.
I mean, he had to have got the record. Look at the time.
Right?
I mean, it was like 1/10 of a second lower.
Maybe. Let's see. Piccolo says, I don't know, I'm half Asian and I don't honestly like Asian girls, but, you know, they are a bit conservative and I'm just attracted to dumpster fires. Aren't we all, Piccolo? Aren't we all? I mean, come on now. Dumpster fires are quite intriguing. I think we're all attracted, like bugs, like moths, right? Like, ooh, dumpster fire, but like, we just fly over to it like, yeah, dumpster fire. And then we have a gay old time.
She's got a pair that's nice to stare at, but I like Girls Gone Wild.
Sophie says, have you seen or watched ER? Oh, that's old school.
ER. Yeah. Wasn't that a big
had
cable
George
show?
Clooney
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've never. I can honestly say I've never watched.
I've seen maybe a couple episodes, but it was never something I was like, woo. Robbie says, is manga films better than anime? Ew, Barfel, Robbie, ew.
I don't know what that is. Is
Just
that
kidding.
a death film?
No. Manga is actually just the books. It's just the actual books of the show. So, I mean, if you're most anime is based off of a comic book, is what you would call manga as a comic book. So it's not really a huge difference between it. I mean, they have films, like if you want to go off of
a certain book.
I mean, they made them into movies instead of like series or something like that, maybe. As Ayla says, oh, dumpster fires are hot. Da-dum-bump. Senior Jaden says, I don't watch wrestling for a week, and CM Punk and Daniel Bryan are going to AEW. Not necessarily. That's just rumors.
Just rumors. We don't
it's
know
in talks.
For sure.
We don't know for sure what's happening there. Piccola says, too hot to handle. Vindicator says, I heard swimming is clouded in doping scandals from the Russians, with the losing Americans whining again. Will probably be the only memorable thing about these Olympics.
I'm sure. The Americans love to whine. Trust me.
I've noticed. That's why I'm very disappointed in our gymnastics team.
In our whole Olympic team.
I'm disappointed in the Olympics, period. And where it's held. I'm disappointed in that place completely. I would love to go there, but at the same time now I'm like, I hate you all.
It's just so tough because their culture is so pretty. And they just
fast.
Dropped the ball on the opening ceremonies.
Yeah,
the opening
it was
ceremonies
lame as fuck.
Could have been so great. The Chinese was so great. The Australian was so great. The one in Greece was fantastic. The one in
even the one
Australia,
in Brazil was good.
Brazil, all great. So I was looking, honestly, I woke up at 4 o'clock in the freaking morning to watch this shit.
Yep.
I come upstairs, turn the big screen on, and I start watching this. Nothing. Like, it was trash. I was like, what is going on? The only thing that it was even remotely cool is they had like 1,000 drones or 2,000 drones or something, and it made a world. I'm like, that's what you got?
Yeah. Yep. Luke says, I mean, dumpster fires keep you warm at night, so there you go, right? I mean, they do. Alita says, loved ER. And Johan Fedora's in the chat, get that Oldberg out of WWE. Vindicator says, I like bonfires more than dumpster fires, just saying. Johan says, we don't need an old man being WWE champion. Luke says, Vindicator, there has been a lot of memorable things from the Olympics, so maybe you need to fix your taste. Sophie says, every summer Olympics always have some sort of scandal or something always goes wrong. Alita says, watched all manga films are actually porn anime. No,
Isn't that called hentai?
It's hentai. Hentai is actually the porn anime, guys. Manga is not anything to do with that. Manga is books, not porn. Robbie says, who is CM Punk? Ayla says, yes, until they explode while you're standing over it naked. And now you have shrapnel in your eye and a domestic charge. Dumpster fires. Just because your mom's a dumpster fire, Ayla. No, I'm just kidding. And we've all had experiences. Unfortunately. Vindicator's like, maybe Luke might do that 4 years from now. Sophie says, did you watch Dexter new Blood trailer? No. And Vindicator, it's only 3 because they aren't going to change the Olympics to 4 years.
It's just 3
years away.
It's in 24.
Says, no, not
in
yet.
France.
Robbie says D, but I saw Street Fighter, the manga film. That was good. Okay, and it's manga, and it's based off of a... Which manga is books, guys. I need somebody else to back me up on this. Manga is like comic books. Only it's Japanese comic books. Meh.
Look at this. Next Friday, Finn Balor, Baron Corbin.
That's funny. Pickle's like, are we the Karen of the Olympics?
We are absolutely the Karen of the Olympics.
We always ask for the manager. Looks like the winter Olympic opening ceremonies are always better than the summer ones. The winter ones are good, but I mean the summer ones are...
The summer ones were pretty memorable. I'm looking forward to this one. The next one's in China, and it's in like 6 months.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward.
It better
to
be
this.
good because the Winter Olympics in South Korea was phenom.
Mm-hmm.
That one, it was really cool. The Winter Olympic
And I
ones that we
love
watched.
the Winter Games. Like I love the Summer Games, but they've screwed it up for me. Like
It's going to take him 3 years to get over this.
No, it won't. It depends on how track and field does. Because that's what I care about next. And track and field's on, so we'll see how it does. I love the swimming. I love the track and field. I love the gymnastics. And that's kind of... I mean, there's a few other things like women's beach volleyball and stuff, but that explains itself. But in the Winter Games, there's shit I would never watch. Like curling. I'm not going to watch curling on a Tuesday, but I'll watch it during the Olympics. Love curling. It's like, sweep that shit! I don't even know why you're sweeping it. And then they explain it to you, and you're still like, so
like,
why are they sweeping it?
What are they doing?
I know, but why are they sweeping it?
So it was like, at least the Winter Olympics didn't get affected by COVID like Summer Olympics did. Yeah, you never know. I'm sure they could pull something out of their assholes. Piccolo says the new people learn so much about stuff in this chat and related to wrestling. Isn't that what family is supposed to do? You're supposed to learn a whole bunch of different stuff.
That guy's got a flesh-colored shirt on, and I'm like,
so it
is
looks
he
like
naked?
he's naked. His peach-colored shirt. Why does that guy don't have a shirt on? Ew. Oh, he has a shirt on. Sorry, my bad.
There she comes. She hasn't been on TV since WrestleMania Night 1.
Looks like if Ayla's mom is considered a dumpster fire by you, Dalitha, does that mean Ayla's dumpster kindling? And Ayla's like, I am, Luke. She's not. But Ayla's like, my mom is a dumpster fire, and all her boyfriends can say exactly what I said, but stab wounds in prison time.
Or death.
Or death. I mean, there's a death one in there, too. Rob is like, Dia's going to start a dumpster fire right after the match she's been waiting for all night. Yay! Dumpster fire my face. Looks like ad and a big chunk of anime comes from mangas. Yeah, exactly. Sophie says, wow, once again this week, WWE TV is main evented by the women.
Right, and what I had said is there's 2 women in WWE besides Becky.
Oh,
right? I said it on Monday that can main event. And now she's back. So Sasha can main event and Charlotte can main event. And that's it. The only 2 women that can main event.
Yes.
Even when Bayley was there, she wasn't main eventing.
True. Vinegar says,
But
okay,
Becky
guys,
can.
it's been another interesting night. We will see what the day after Sunday will bring in life in this wild stream. LOL. Take care. See you guys. Bye. Well, make sure you watch in this foreground to see if Sasha and Bianca win.
Oh, I'm sure they'll win.
Alita's like, did you see the Pizza Hut TikTok Karen? I did not watch anything about
I try
it.
not to watch that.
Sophie says, do the people that do the Summer Olympics also do the Winter Olympics? No.
You mean people as in the committee? There's one Olympic committee, yes. But if you're talking about the country, no. I mean, obviously.
They all have to bid on it.
Yep. The next Winter Olympics is going to be in China, and it's on February 4th, I think, is when it starts. So it's coming soon.
Speaking of dumpster fires, why is this main event? Speaking of dumpster fires.
Yeah, right?
Why EA this main event?
Why is this the main event?
Because it's a dumpster fire. Looks like Winter Olympics is all about hockey, ski jumping, and watching all the stoner kids imagine a big chocolate bar at the end of the snowboard tracks.
Right? So you actually watch the hockey. I don't watch the hockey. But I understand why people would. Especially after 1980 or whenever the Miracle on Ice. But I don't watch the hockey.
It was like,
But I do watch figure skating. That's it. That's the creme de
Pinnacle.
la creme. That's man, I could watch figure skating for 2 weeks on that shit.
Sasha's power, Bianca's power. She's like, here, let me throw you
Lots
at
of
them.
power.
She's like, thank you. It was like, it's called Wrestling Gab because they watch wrestling while we gab about random crap, right?
Lots
As
of
Robbie says,
gabbing.
pointless tag match. Alita says, the booty on Bianca. And Ayla says, she looks like one of those rap guys' girlfriends. Right? Oh my God, Becky. As Sophie says, wait till Becky shows up whenever that will be. Kind of played right into the song. Oh my God, Becky. Look at her butt.
They should actually do that. They could pull it off.
Robbie
Becky
says,
comes out and then somebody's like, oh my God, Becky. Look at her butt.
Robbie
So
says, Ayla teaching people in the chat. Elita says, oh yeah, Rock is the Russian Olympic Committee. Robbie says,
yes.
yeah, yay, that adds the best part of this match. Basically. Sophie says, I thought I saw some people in the Summer Olympics were part of the Winter Olympics as well.
Yeah, usually in skateboarding and BMX stuff, those guys seem to do a lot
like
of
snowboarding or
recreational
skiing or stuff like that.
What was that redheaded kid's name? Remember, he was really good at that stuff.
Sean.
Yeah, Sean something.
Sean.
He was in both. He did the BMX stuff, which I don't think they did in this.
I don't think they did. I think they replaced it with skateboarding this year, maybe, which was a flop if I ever seen anything. My God, it was so boring. Like, I was like, are you fucking serious? So, it's not like in snowboarding where they have them go down a thing and they have to do, like, a whole bunch of different stuff, right? And whatever.
Yeah, it was
Kinda.
weird.
It was like, okay, you can only do one move on this thing and that's it. Did you see what happened to that one guy? I don't know where he was from.
Oh, he hit his dick. Yeah. He went in ass first. He's like,
ah. Oh, he didn't go ass first. He went dick first. Complete dick first. Into the pole. Like, they're all like, this is the first on the Summer Olympics. And it's like, no shit, you dumb assholes. Sophie's like, do we know where the Winter Olympics is going to take place? Yeah.
China.
Travis has told you this will be his 4th time.
China. It's going to be in
China.
Looking forward to it.
China.
Chicken to China.
China.
Chinese chicken.
It's on the Asian continent. It's called China. Big, big country. Lots of people.
There's like at least a couple thousand people there.
At least.
800-meter freestyle. Is this the women's?
Women's. Yes, it says a W before it.
Yeah, it's what's her name's in this then.
Ledecky?
Uh-huh. She's the fastest in the world at those.
Nice. Let's see. Luke says there has been a couple athletes that have done both Summer and Winter Olympics. So skateboarders who also does snowboarding. Yep.
Yes.
Jamal McGee says Team Bossy Est. Nice. Piccolo says curling is unbelievable. Sophie says, do we know? Oh, we already asked that. Luke says, I like the pairs ice dancing, though each Olympics it seems to get closer and closer to just being ice sex. You know what, Luke? I really don't have a problem with that.
I like just watching the independent girls by themselves.
Those are good.
And just straight fantastic athletes. And those little Russians, I guarantee they're going to be, because they're 4 years older now, they had 2 of them. And
they were so good the last Winter Olympics. It was amazing how good they were.
That one girl was just barely made it. She was 14 or something.
Yeah. And she was
the other
just
one
phenomenal.
was 17, and she was better, but she kept getting beat by the younger one because she had a layoff because of an injury. And so she ended up getting the silver medal or something. And then America has some good ones too, usually, but sometimes they're not so good.
Alita's like, who came up with curling? Some dad who was bored.
On the ice, just in Canada.
They're like, let's make the thumb.
Hey, if I sweep this ice, it moves faster. I have an idea. Let's put a target out here.
Sean White. His last name was
Yes.
White. That's right. Luke says, Sean did skateboarding and snowboarding. I thought skateboarding wasn't an Olympic sport until this year, though.
It was half pipe.
He did skateboarding for the X Games or whatever.
Right, he did,
though.
but I think he did the BMX for the Olympics.
Maybe. Alita says BMX was yesterday afternoon. Didn't even hear anything about it. Sophie says, I wonder how many Olympics regulars that have done every Summer Olympics didn't do it this year.
No idea.
Jamel says, I like it when weightlifting turns into the funniest face-making contest. You know what I like the best about that is that I didn't watch it because it was ridiculous that they had somebody in the women's division that shouldn't have been there. I feel completely disgusted. Sophie says, isn't China and Tokyo the same place?
No.
Tokyo is in Japan.
They're completely
different countries. One's an island. They hate each other a lot.
Well, they used to. I don't know if they still do.
Oh, I'm sure they still do. Piccolo says Lindsey Vonn is a hottie, the snowboarder.
Is Lindsey Vonn a snowboarder? Yeah, she is. Okay.
Ravi says, D, get your
It's like-
tickets for the Cena tour. Oh, totally, right? And D, when you going to China then? Whenever I can. I'm going to try to go to China. Gotta go to China, right?
China is one of my hotspot destinations. I want to go to China, Greece, and Ireland.
Luke says, my main reason for watching the Olympics is Natasha Lukin, who is smoking hot. What does she do? Sophie says, do you see the WWE do some sort of crossover with one of the Summer Olympics in some way in the future?
No.
No. That's weird. No. Luke says, it was 8 in the Olympics last Olympics. Sean won gold in the half pipe.
Yeah.
How do you...
There it is. Frog splash. 2 and... No! Carmella kicked her right in the grill.
Zelina kicked out and then Carmella kicked her in the face.
She had kicked out.
Alright, Lita says they still do. And Luke says, Lindsay Vonn is a skier, not a snowboarder. Yeah, I was like, what? I'm like, that's what I thought. I'm like, I don't think she was a snowboarder.
Racer.
She's like a downhill racer.
I had to think about it.
She's
for
the
a second.
crazy people. She's the crazy ones that go fast.
No, so I had a buddy, and he was like super good friends with like Pickaboo Streak and stuff. He was a junior Olympian. Mm-hmm. His name's Jason Lawrence, and that's what he did. He raced and every single Monday at school. How'd your races go? I wrecked. Every single time. But he would go like down the hill at like 60, 70 miles an hour. Like those guys fly.
Oh, poor Carmella.
Oh, Carmella just tapped.
She had to tap it out
bank statement.
to the bank statement.
How much time's left?
6 minutes.
Ooh, about 4 minutes.
Luke says she dated Tiger Woods. Oh, well,
Yes.
poor Lindsay. Just kidding. Jamel says 2024 Olympics will be hosted in hell.
France? Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, you could say that's kind of like hell. Alita says Lena is being dominated. Ravi says, is there more matches after SmackDown is finished for TV?
I would assume so, yes.
Ayla says, yeah, I was going to say skier. Sophie says, I saw Booksmart on Hulu. Cool. Luke says, it's Nastia Lukin.
I know who she is.
She's one of the gymnastic announcers who also won gold in gymnastics on the team finals and all around.
She was the one that was talking, that blonde, and you said that she's very awkward on TV.
Oh, yeah.
That is Nastia Lukin. She was the tall, thin blonde when everybody else was short and stocky.
Right, I remember us talking
Gabrielle,
about her.
Gabby.
Yeah.
What's Gabby's name? Gabby?
I don't remember.
Douglas.
Douglas.
Gabby Douglas.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so, yeah. She was so awkward during that interview. I was like, she looks awkward out there. Just awkward.
Come on, Sasha, get her.
Alita's like, Carmella tapped. She did.
You got 3 minutes. There it is! There it is!
That's what we were hoping for.
Oh my gosh, I was like, this is so dumb if they don't do that.
She's like, this is mine,
Sasha
bitch.
with the backstabber.
She's
it
like,
just goes to work.
That's
Look
how
at the
it should
crowd
be.
cheering. They're like, some of them are...
What? How did she do that?
They have to zoom in on some people, but everybody else is like cheering. They're like, yes. Bringing relevance to the championship.
She's like, you think you're a champion, bitch?
No matter
I'll show
who
you a
wins.
fucking champion is.
It doesn't matter who wins the match at SummerSlam.
True.
Now there's competition. And that's what I'm talking
true.
about by relevance. I'm not saying that Bianca's not a good champion. She doesn't have any competition, but now she does. Is she going to tap? She's trying to get out of it. She's in the bank statement. I noticed when there was like still 3 or 4 minutes left. I was like, yes. There she's tapping.
She's like, let go of
She's
me.
like, let go of me.
No, I'll never let go.
There.
So if I can remember the old days where WWE stars made random appearances on USA Network shows as well as regular network shows.
Yes.
Sometimes. Luke says, I've noticed Liv being... Oh my god. I saw that out of the corner of my eye, that bell. And I was like, that looks terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Luke says, I've noticed
I was like,
Liv...
why are they masturbating?
I was like, what is that? I don't want to know what you're watching right now. Looks like I've noticed Liv being absent now for past 2 weeks.
Again! Put her in the back statement again!
Yeah, I don't know, Luke. I don't know what's going to happen there. Ravi says that's the money shot right there. Jamel says never trust a woman with blue hair. Ravi's like fraud Belair. Looks like she announces for both Winter and Summer Olympics. I'm sure she's great as an announcer, but when they were doing the little interview with her, she just looked so awkward. It was weird. Alita says Sasha just turned, and Piccolo says, well, that's what you wanted to see. A backstabber! That's right. Alita's like, she tapped? Yeah, she double tapped. She tapped again and again and again. I was like, Sasha needs to knock Belair into next year.
Look at this Australian. Look how fast she's swimming.
Wow.
That's it. So, Ledecky, gold medal.
Titmouse didn't quite make it.
Titmouse didn't get it.
Ravi says she tapped Sasha, needs to knock Belair into next year. Ravi says, and haha, Belair got fully Sunday roasted. There you go. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for hanging out with us once again on Wrestling Gab to watch SmackDown.
And it got good there at the end. I was seriously disappointed in that.
I know when she first came out, but I guess she kind of had to be all nice about it for a second,
to get
right?
That tag team, to get
so
that
she could
pop
be
at
all
the end.
like, oh, yippee skippy dude on.
Had to get that pop at the end.
Anyways, but we appreciate each and every one of you. If you're lurking in the background and you're not subscribed, please subscribe to our channel and hang out with us some more. We really do appreciate the views. And if you want to give us a thumbs up, that's fantastic.
And we could use 11 more subscribers if you guys know 11 people. All right, guys. We appreciate you. Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab, and we will see you on Monday.
Let's see.
Or not, maybe.
Luke says, how do you say her name again? Nastia is my fave Olympic lady, followed by Michaela Maroney, who does the weird smirk thing. Yeah, she's the one that's on that commercial for the kids with the thing.
Yeah, gymnast.
The gymnast one, yeah.
He's into the gymnast.
Yeah, well, most people are. Yes, sicko. You know, most of them are like 14.
They were old enough when he started paying attention.
Ew, perv. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, well, Luke, hopefully you're enjoying your wonderful vacation. And everybody else out there, have a great weekend. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. Bye-bye.
Bye.